Hello everyone and welcome back to Cities by Steven. You're talking to Steven. Welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time here, please hit that subscribe button. Get that bell notification on too so you don't miss out on a video. Welcome back to the channel where last time we were here we did a live stream. We did a transit revision live stream and I also answered some questions that you had with a little bit of a Q&A. And in today's episode, we are going to be building the farming industry. We'll be starting it because we haven't really started the farming industry at all yet. And I'm going to be adding in not one but two small towns in the process of it because we have a big farming area and two small towns I think could support this real well. But the reason why we're doing this today is because we need some money. We need some good cash flow into the city because I want to start building a big campus area, spending lots of money on parks and unique buildings while we expand the downtown, and we need some money to do that, right? So in order to do that, we need to expand the industries and add some unique factories. And one of the ways we can start doing that is by starting the farming industry. So we'll be getting a couple unique factories in as well that'll help boost the economy. And then next week we'll dive into the campus area because the campus area has actually already been started. Joy, in our little city swap we did a few weeks ago, added in a satellite campus in the town of Hope. So we are going to be building the main campus downtown, hence why we need the money. And oh hey, look, here's Hope on screen. We'll be checking out Hope because this is the first episode back since our little city swap. So let's hop out and take a look at where we'll be building our farming industry in our small towns. And this is going to be a bit of a longer process. And then we'll take a look at Hope and then we'll start the build. So this is where we're going to be building out in Prattsburgh and Dipsy Doodle. And the reason why we need to build out this way is because this is where a majority of the farming industry is going to be. This is where all the fertile land is, but also we have some oil out this way too, so we'll be kind of touching on that another day. But we have some good transit networks through here, so we can add those in, and then we'll start up Prattsburgh with the farming industry. And there's tons of trees around here too, which is really, really nice. We have a really good highway connection here. And we'll maybe get like a ferry or something going so we can get some direct connections into the downtown area. So let's take a look at where Joy built her build because it's all the way out over here on the other side of the map. This is the town of Hope. It was so fun to see Joy build in the city. And yeah, this looks fantastic, doesn't it? I really, really enjoy this. Particularly really enjoy the market area here with the large promenade in front of the historical train station, some historical buildings in here. If you haven't seen Joy's videos in the series, they're in the playlist, so you can check it out there. And then we have a bit more of a high density area with a bit more of like a modern kind of open air mall through here, some low density zoning on the hill, and then while we get over to here we have a bit of a satellite campus like I was talking about for the main campus. So this is really fun. And then there's a big nature reserve out this way with the two covered bridges. It goes down to the waterfront here where we have the sunken boat, or the beached boat over here too. And look at this, the parking lot is full over here, looking at these old World War II bunkers and stuff. Okay, so let's swing by the downtown here where we've been building the last few weeks. And we'll be coming back and building in here for the campus. So let's go all the way out this way and take a look at what we got to do. So my kind of idea here is to have a big kind of waterfront area, small town feel with a really nice relaxed waterfront vibe along here. Now I do want to bring in a ferry, so we'll find a good spot for that wherever it's deepest in the bay. But we have two tram lines. This one here, which is really, really good. I don't think I'm actually going to end up bringing this all the way into the city. I'm going to be bringing it into like a hub, I think, where we'll get some bus connections in because it doesn't really make sense for the tram to come too much further than this. It's a pretty long tram line. This tram line goes all the way through the city, Oracle Bay, and then it turns up here and then it goes up to the train station. So that's a really long line, so I don't want to extend it too much further. But then we have this line over here, which only goes to here. So it's pretty short. So what I'm thinking of doing with this one is extending it out this way and maybe getting a connection into Dipsy Doodle, which will be another small town supported out this way. Perhaps we can connect this road or something underneath, and then it can become like a bit of a park and ride or something like that. A lot of money being spent for a rural connection though, so we might need to revise that, or revise all of this into like a rapid bus network or something like that. Depends, because I love trams. I think trams are really, really cool. But that's enough talking. Let's figure out what we're going to be doing. So let's take a look at the topography. That's always a good place to start. Oh, wow. Okay, so we have a pretty flat area along the waterfront here, but then it rapidly elevates. So that's going to create some really fun terrain work. So what I'm thinking of doing is creating a bit of like a lower kind of main street area. Then we'll have a main street that goes north, and then that street is going to turn into a rural road. And then it'll connect up with Dipsy Doodle Parkway up here, and then the town of Dipsy Doodle. Now we have all these waterfront areas, or sorry, not waterfront, forest areas. So I want to make sure that I respect where those forests are, and I don't want to build too much into them. But there was a suggestion to get like a historical canal into here. And I think that would be really, really cool to do, particularly because we have oil up here. So I could definitely see some shipping kind of through there. It's not too far of a canal, so I want to get that going too. But yeah, like a small historical canal. But let's get started on kind of some of the key features, and that will be the road network. So let's grab our terrain tool, and we're just going to level it out a little bit so that we can get a bit of a flatter area in this main street zone. All right, so here is the main kind of grid layout that we're going to roll with for this town. I think there needs to be some work on some of the nodes. They're a little awkward, but yeah, this is going to work out great. And what was so special about this? Well, you see how we have the majority of the roads being 2-unit size roads, like a normal road. That probably would have been the historical road length throughout this area, but we've since expanded it to 4 units, 4-unit roads. But how I plan the grid is in the areas where we have these 4-unit roads, I've taken one off of the grid length because they've been since expanded. So if we take a look at the grid itself here, we can see that there are 7 blocks through here, but then there's 8 through here because that 8th block is now the sidewalk. So, you know, that's kind of how roads... that's how a road will be built through here, particularly because this intersection was probably once just two unit roads. All right, so we need to start zoning up in here and planning out some other things, because we need to start talking about the farm area altogether. But what other features do we need to get in? Well, we need to get the bus through here, which will be important, a little bus hub through this area with a bit of a tram depot, and then we need to get the canal in, because that'll determine where and how things play out here. So let's start with the canal, actually, because the canal is a fun idea. So let's, I don't think I've ever built a canal in the game for YouTube. Actually, when we did our nuclear power plant, actually, I think we did in Brockton County. So yeah, let's go with a shallow canal, small, that's all we really need. Yeah, all right, and then from here, we gotta do a bit of terrain work here, I think, first. So let's grab this height, and then we'll just make it a bit deeper through here, and that'll be the canal entrance. Okay, so let's pause the game while we're doing this. It's always helpful. All right, so we got the shallow canal, and then from here, we're just going to draw a straight line through into the bay to about here. Alright, so the water's flowing a little fast, which is fine, but I wonder if there's a fun way that we could mitigate this. So if I grab a water source and I just shrink its capacity down so it's a lot smaller, and we put it right here, like right here, and then I just lower it down to lower than the current one to the right. Alright. And then when the water's flowing through here, it should slow down, hopefully. Unless I messed up with the size of it. We'll see how this works. And then if we run a bridge right over here, we could kind of pretend like it's like a lock of some sort, which would be neat. And then that would kind of hide the weird water source. Let's see if we can get the water to slow down a little bit. But while we're doing this, let's continue kind of the road network through here, because we're going to need to get some road network through here without kind of disrupting the canal. So if we're looking at the terrain heights, there is a possibility of getting a bridge like on this side up here, but through here I don't know. I think we're going to have to kind of dead end this main street right here, which is fine because we can make this into like a cool park or something like that. But to get to this side, I think we're going to need to figure something out. Perhaps like a road on this side if we do anything over here at all. But we do have that one bridge over here, which could be useful. So let's build that bridge first while we're kind of still waiting for the water to sort itself out. But I don't think I lowered it enough. But let's get the bridge going. So I'm thinking if we go off of this road here, that would be good. So let's go to the terrain height while we're doing this. Yeah, so if we bring this out straight a little bit further, let's just extend the grid maybe one more block on this side. So let's see, we've got to get to 4 units. It's a bit tough to see with the green on green here, but there we go. And then if we get to another 4 units. Alright, so I've calmed the water down at the end, which is good. So I think that's where we're going to have to kind of deal with it because of the height difference between the lake and the canal. But I think this is really, really cool. I'm really enjoying this. This bridge, too, looks awesome over top of the canal. I would imagine that a boat could theoretically fit through here, at least an old-time boat, you know? Okay, so now that we got the water all kind of fixed up and whatnot, we have this canal front here, which we can get some sort of ferry depot into here or something like that, some sort of ferry hub. So yeah, we'll get that in, and then we'll get the bus hub in as well. So I'm thinking the ferry is going to come right off of this main street here. This is going to be kind of like a main kind of area for the town, and then we'll have a bus run from the bus hub slash tram stop into the ferry depot as well, just to get that connection. And then that one will kind of probably be like the main bus through this area, and maybe even connect up past here and then connect up with this tram line over here too. So let's take a look at the ferry and bus hubs. And then we'll start kind of just quickly zoning up a few houses through here and a bit of commercial, and then we'll look at the farm itself, because that's the main purpose, right? We got to get the farm out here. This is just the supporting infrastructure for the people who work at the farm and whatnot. And you notice the town's grown up around kind of a main hub anyways. That's typically how things work. So let's look at transit. I'm in the wrong section, of course. So here are the bus stops itself. We have the typical bus station, which is pretty cool because it's pretty large, but it looks modern, and I think this is going to be a bit more of a modern hub. We have the smaller one, which is fine, like it could work, but I'm thinking of something a bit more grand. And then we have the intercity bus station. This is cool because maybe this station is actually a bit more of like a retro thing, right? And we are pretty close to a highway too, so I could definitely see an intercity bus hub through here. Maybe Prattsburgh is even older than like Oracle Bay or something like that, right? Then we have the intercity bus terminal. This one's a little bit too big, I think. I don't think we need something this large in here. So yeah, I'm leaning towards this one here, the intercity bus station. Let's take a look at these hubs, because what if there is a tram and bus hub? Oh, there is. Bus and train. Oh, okay. I don't think we're gonna be able to get the train in here. It's elevated train. Let's just click it in and see what's up here. Okay, that's the tram, and this is the train. So the train is elevated, so we could easily bring the tram in through here. We got the bus. Is it possible for us to get a train connection? Because that would be cool. I mean, in theory we could, but could we get this to be an elevated train? Maybe if we were to bring this station in, but this is tough because I would imagine that there probably was a historical train station through here, right? This is an old farm town, I would imagine. So we have this one over here, but that's a little far. All right, maybe we can try and swing a train station in through here. That would be cool. Then we did talk about that when we built this. So maybe we can figure something out through here. Let's see. So, I mean, I would like it so that the train could theoretically go in this direction too. I think this is an older right of way than this one. But maybe they've severed that connection in recent times. Yeah, that'd be cool. But does this asset actually fit the kind of style through here? I think we could get it to fit. There is a lot of bus stops through here though. Almost in a way that maybe we shouldn't use this asset specifically, but we can still bring a train in. And I think that's what we should do. All right, so let's bring the main station in here. Actually, sorry, I forgot to fix these roads. Now, if you hear some background sounds, City Manager Kevin has decided to join us for the transit portion of this video. So if you hear sounds in the background, it's Kevin. He is playing with his toys. Kevin is my dog. So let's get this bus hub in, and I would prefer that the bus hub be in a bit flatter of land. But let's see how we could get this to work. If we get this like kind of right in here, maybe not right off the main street, that's for sure. If we could do something like this, and then we can flatten out all the nodes around it. So these two need to be at the same height, so let's do that. And then we'll grab the building itself, and oh, we need to do that. There we go. And we'll get that to the same height. And the rest of it, if it's not exactly at the same height of everything else, that's okay. But I don't really mind getting awkward hills through here, as long as this asset in particular, because it's a bus hub, something very important. It should probably have some clean lines through here, right? So I think we can do something like that. That's pretty cool. We'll work on the sloping, but we'll bring this road through here. Like, we could even make this like a bus dedicated road, but we do have the parking on this side. Okay, well, let's think about this really quickly. I think maybe if we grab an industry road, that would be cool. And we bring this one up. We skip a connection here. And yeah, that's pretty neat. Let's smooth everything out, and then maybe I'll work on the nodes really quickly before we get the tram portion of this in. All right, so we got some buses running through here, just kind of a bit of a circulator, and then we have one that goes from here and then connects up with this tram line. Obviously, that's going to get majorly revised down the line. But now let's talk about the train, because the train is going to be really important. I could imagine that this train could be like a bit of a cargo slash pedestrian train. So I'm thinking, what if we were to kind of get it to connect up with whatever this road line is? So we could get this road to continue straight through the farmland through here. And I am wary that we're eating up a lot of the farmland with this town, but I think it will be worth it. We could even take off some of the grid through here, and then, you know, add some more farm area, but I think this will be enough for what we need. We have these pockets over here, then we also have the farm up in this zone here. So if we were to just continue this road, in theory, it could easily connect up with this main street, right? Pretty simple. So we could then, watching out for this cave through here, we could then bring in a train through here, intersect with Dipsy Doodle, and then we can swing it in, and then we can get like the main station through here, just on like a spur line kind of idea. However, if we are getting an oil area out this way, it would be nice to kind of get that to continue through here further. The other option is to bring the train line in from this direction and bring it in like that. Either way, it could be good, but I like the idea of trying to connect up with this through here. That would be cool. That would be really neat if we could get this to work, but it's going to be tough with the double train line. I don't really see us getting across onto this side at all. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting. We could try and like tunnel underneath it, but yeah, I don't think the train's gonna be really forgiving for that. If we were to like go under and then connect up again, like up over here or something. Yeah, because I mean we could like draw a line across everything, but that's not going to really work, is it? So yeah, we'll figure something out, and then we'll get the train stations in. So let's look at the train stations themselves, because it would be nice to kind of get all this transit kind of over and done with right now. So looking at the train stations, we have a historical train station. I think that's part of one of the packs that we got recently. Yeah, the Seaside Resort. So I'm thinking this one's going to be used here. So I wonder if we could get it on, if we get it closer to the main street, yeah, that'd be cool. And then we could split the, oh yeah, okay, I like this. Get the train station up here. Maybe right off of this street here. And you often see the train stations on the edges of towns, right? Especially when they're not towns that the trains have been planned. Like it wasn't planned that the train was going to come out this way, like the town spawned up before the train itself. So we could easily get that there, and then we could get the cargo version of like a rural town station right here, the Jefferson Grain Elevator. We use this one in Fort Prairie, so we could get this right through here. Now I am wary that we're going to be putting this on a main street, so perhaps we back it up a little bit. Yeah, that'd be neat, because then we'll have all the oil kind of run through here too, unless we want to get a secondary line. But this is getting a little too much for what I had planned for today's video, so I'm going to kind of do a lot of this through a bit of a speed through right now, so just bear with me. All right, so here we go. We got 2 train stations in. So a couple level crossings, we got to watch out for that. But I don't think they'll cause too many issues based off of the size of the town and whatnot, and where the level crossings are. But I am worried about this once we get the industries going. So we might need a secondary train line, which is why I have these 2 lines kind of going through here, so that we can have a bit of a bypass for all the farm. If we have like another train station out here by the oil. But the canal is looking pretty good. I like that. We're going to save all the waterfront stuff for another day. But we need to get the farm stuff going, right? That was the whole purpose of this whole area. But in order to do that, we need the supporting infrastructure. We need the people, right? So let's get some zoning in here and some services. So we'll just go down the line really quickly. We don't need power, we don't need water, because that's supported by the region. Same thing with garbage, but we do need some healthcare. So let's get some healthcare out this way. Very important. So we have a bit of a main street. I think this is a good spot for healthcare along the main street area. We have some good parking along here, so I think maybe like the healthcare facility right here is good. We could go for this one. It looks good on a corner, but I think this one kind of gives a better vibe, if you can say that about a healthcare facility. But then we need some death care, and I love using these church assets as death care facilities. So let's see. So this is a farming town. We have this here. I think the church would be pretty central. We could go kind of like right here. That would be cool, right off of this street here. That'd be neat. Well, it could be on the hill up here though too. That would be useful. I could definitely see that happening over on this side. Yeah, so let's do that. Let's get a nice big church right here, and then we'll get a cemetery beside it, because then it would look like the cemetery is a part of this church grounds. So we'll grab this. We'll back it up a little bit. Yeah, you often see in like these rural areas houses right on kind of slightly main streets, so I could definitely see us getting housing through here, and then obviously same thing through this zone too. But let's continue down the line here, because we need some childcare. I think that would be useful out this way too. So let's maybe try to get it over on this side more, so we cover more of what's going to be future Oracle Bay. So why don't we get that right in here? That's a bit of an awkward space though. Do we even really need the childcare facility in this specific part of town? No, we don't, but maybe we go with the elder care facility instead. I could definitely see this being out this way. We could place it kind of on the edge of the town here, close to transit. That would be useful. How about right up in here? That seems like a good spot for it. It's on an industry road though, tons of buses, so maybe we place it right here instead. Yeah, let's do that. And then we'll level out the terrain around it, so that we get some cleaner lines through here. It looks a little nicer. All right, any other services we can get out this way? Well, the sauna always looks good on a main street. It gives off some, small town kind of vibes, but I think maybe if we just kind of throw it in the middle here, that's always good. Simple. We could go for a community pool too, but they're really expensive for what they do. Let's get a fire hall in here though. Let's go with the retro one, because I think that would be really neat along this kind of area. Mainly because it's going to contribute to services, but we can kind of get like an old-timey vibe through here too. So let's get this one. Yeah, right over on this side. How about that? That's good. I don't mind it too close to the road, because we did widen this road from its historical sense, right? So let's get the police station version of it too. We can get this right here. Fantastic. And that should be good, like for the general area, I think, for those services. But let's get some water out this way. Looks like I've missed a spot. All right. And then, so we got fire, we got police. Let's get a bank, of course, always good. And this should 100% be on the main street area. And why don't we get it right beside the sauna here? That seems like a good little spot. Fantastic. And let's go down the line. So we got some education. So let's get a school. And I think we can go for a bit more of a modern school. Let's place this a bit more in the central area through here. How about on an area that's a bit flat so we can get... you know what? No, that's okay. Let's just plop this down right here. Actually, the other side. Just like that. Yeah, that's better. And then we'll get this building to the same height as this node. There we go. And, okay, maybe not. Maybe let's get this on this street here then, instead. Yeah, that's better. That's a better position for it. And then let's just use this whole block for the school. So let's grab a fence. Let's go with just the forestry fence. And we'll bring this one down through here. And actually, let's bring it only out to this area, just like that. That should be good for the schoolyard. And then we can save a bit of space for some housing, just like that. Okay, and then let's get a high school. Should we get a high school? No, I don't think we should get a high school. I think maybe we'll get a high school out over here. We do have a high school out this way too, so we're probably good for high schools, but that's good that we got the elementary school in though. But maybe let's get a library. That'd be nice. We could go for just a small one. I don't think we need anything major. We could include the historical library though, because then that'll add more historical buildings into the area. So yeah, let's place this right here. Awesome. Should we add any more seaside resort buildings too? That would be really neat. Oh, and hotels. I always forget about the hotels. Oh, a diner. Look at all these awesome buildings we could plop down. The diner seems like it would do really well out this way, but oh man, this is so cool. I love the diner asset. Maybe like right here or something like that. That would be cool. An old crossroads. Yeah, let's do this. Place down the diner here. Let's get it the same height as this this node right here, and maybe we actually turn it on an angle. Looks like there's some terrain challenges. Okay, so let's grab this node. We'll set it to this height, and this node has to be at that height. So maybe these two nodes and the building need to be at this height instead. Yeah, that's good. And we'll just re-level things out, and we'll position the diner accordingly. Awesome. Okay, so we got the diner in. Let's get some hotels and some seaside resorts going on. Seaside resorts, where are they? They are right here. No, that's Bridges and Piers. My goodness, they're in unique buildings, aren't they? They are in unique buildings, I think. My goodness, Steven. Okay, let's see if there's any ones we haven't used. Oh, this one's cool. The heritage building here. Yeah, that's awesome. We could get this one, yeah, just off of the main street here. Maybe an old farmstead. So maybe we'd place this up here more in the farming area. That's neat. Okay, so what's this house called? The Coast Guard Heritage Museum. Okay, well, not the Coast Guard. Let's call this the Pratt's house, because this is the town of Prattsburgh, so maybe the Pratts were a family that settled here, so that's what the town is named after. So let's grab this park area here, and we'll call it just the Pratt's house, and that'll be a good marker for some fun history of the area. So we got the Pratt's house. Let's just shrink that zone a little bit so that it's a bit more, a bit more over top of the house itself. Fantastic. Okay. Let's continue down the line here with a few more historical buildings. That'd be neat. The Anchor House Inn. Is this too big? That's a decent size. Maybe we can bring this one up closer to the train station. But I don't want to get, whoa, the people through here. Uh-oh. Okay, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna turn off any inner-city trains. I don't want inner-city trains coming through here. That's a little much for this town. Yeah, this is just a commuter train station at this point. Holy cow, that was way too many people. I'd rather them go downtown, please, where we have better transit to support them. Jeez Louise. But we could get an older hotel through here. Nothing too big. Whoops, I did not mean to place that down. Nothing too big, though. But clearly that it's like a hotel versus an older building. Yeah, maybe this building is the right one for the area. Okay, so the Anchor House Inn. Very good. Let's mark that down. All right, so I think that's enough seaside resorts. I don't think we should get any shopping malls in here. Maybe a few sports buildings though. That would be nice, like just like a community baseball field or something like that. Let's go with the community soccer park though. Yeah, that's nice. Yeah, okay, we'll get the community soccer park, and we could place this out in an area where we have nice supporting infrastructure. So maybe out this way would be nice. That is the farm area though. I don't want to keep adding to that zone there. Yeah, how about right here? That looks really cool actually, just like that. Let's just reposition it slightly so that we have the concrete kind of all connected up better. Yeah, that's really nice actually right there. Okay, so a little community zone. What else do we need to do? We have a bunch of parks through here. Let's maybe just get like one smaller playground or something like that right in the middle. That will help out. So we'll go with the small playground. We have the school right there, so why don't we get this one over here? Small playground. And then let's get a dog park out somewhere too. How about we get the dog park right beside the... No, not right there. Over here. How about that? That would be nice. Down by the canal maybe? Yeah, we could easily open this up a little bit more in the future. Okay, but let's get some zoning in because we haven't accomplished the goal of the video yet. We needed to get some farming going. This was the whole purpose of building this town, right? So let's make sure that we actually accomplish our goal. But let's get some zoning through here. I think something like this should be good, just along the main streets. Not too big though. We can get bigger commercial through there though. But just 3 blocks is good. That's all we really need. And yeah, we'll stop at the Pratt house. That's where we'll stop the commercial. Actually, no, we need a bit more commercial up here. And some right there too. Then why not through here and here. Okay, we're not going to get any industry because that's going to be all the farm area. But let's get the housing through here, and we'll get housing right along the backside of this, just like that. Nothing too crazy though. We'll take that off right there, and then just like that. I like the smaller houses. I just put on European suburbia too. That should create some really cool buildings through here too. So we'll do that. We'll leave this area open for some future expansion, and then yeah, I like the idea of houses right along the main street here. That's also really nice. All right, so that is how we build a little small town here. Look at that, that's awesome. We'll save the waterfront for another day, dedicated video, probably when we expand out into there, because, you know, there's a lot of specific things we need to do in that area. But I'm really glad we got the canal in through here. That's really cool, with the bridge too. That's really, really neat. I think it's gonna work out fantastically. But we need to start the farms. So technically we have everything unlocked, so it's not gonna be too big of a deal, but we do need to get that going. Let's take a quick look at the land value. Actually, I'm really curious about this. Yeah, look at that. Wow, that's pretty good. Pretty good. And we got to get the train line in too. My goodness. Okay, there's actually a lot to do. So we'll get the train station from here, and it's going to go connect up into here. This is our first train line. Oh, Joy put some train lines in. Okay, so we'll just get this one running out to here, and then I don't think we're going to bring it right downtown. Why not? Why not? Let's do it. We have tons of space through here, so let's see which lines are not being used downtown. We'll go on this side, and then we'll swing all the way back. But this is going to be an express to Prattsburgh, so I don't want it to stop here, actually. 'Cause the whole purpose is I didn't want to have a train line from here to here. So this is just going to be an express. Yeah, we could even just skip this stop here but in Port Roberts, but I think it's too useful to not have. Okay, actually, you know what? I'm going to do that. This is an express to downtown. We're going to take off this station here. Yeah, that's good. Because we have so much other transit that's going to take you into Port Roberts. So, express to downtown. Let's make sure that that doesn't have too many trains on it, just like 1 or 2. And 8 vehicles. No. Let's go with maybe 3 because it might get gnarly. I don't know. Okay, that's good. Now farming. Okay, the whole purpose of the video, right? So let's right at the end of the video too. My goodness, we set ourselves up nicely for it though. All right, so we can go out this way, but I'm going to save that for another time. Let's get the farm going through here. This is no, I lost that. Darn. Okay, that's okay. We can fix that. So I wanted this this area to be a farm, like an active farm, because I thought it'd be cool to have like the parking lot in this area. Like the city bought up the land because things were getting a little too gnarly with traffic and whatnot. So yeah, I thought that was fun. Just using the vanilla name there, Laurel, so we'll have Laurel Farms. And how are we going to do this? Well, we have to go into the industry zones through here, right? And then we have the farming area, and we have our main building. So we're going to kind of go along the lines of as if we didn't have everything unlocked. So we have the main farmhouse through here, but let's get it off of like a main road here, off of like a side street. So we'll use the 2-lane country road because I like the idea that this is perhaps like a driveway. It looks nice if we do it kind of like that. So we'll bring this one out to about here. Yeah, that looks like a driveway, right? And then we'll bring this house right into here, right on the driveway like that. Fantastic. Let's actually move it down a little bit more with move it so we can be picky because if the driveway's that long, it makes sense that this would be there, right? All right, so we got Laurel Farms through here, and let's now think about adding in some other items with some other roads as well. We could run another road through here. We could go off of dirt roads now. Bring this one out through here. Let's make sure we have our guidelines on, and just like that. And then this one could run off into the distance as well. We could also get a connection here. We've got to watch for that though, because the traffic with this train station might get gnarly. So let's start placing down some farm buildings and some farming, some actual agriculture too. We have a greenhouse too, because we have the Snowfall DLC stuff. That is true. That would be really neat to kind of get in here. Oh, does it not work? Can't make it a greenhouse? Yeah, we can make it a greenhouse. Okay, it'd be cool to have the greenhouse kind of like in this more urbanized area, because this maybe is a bit more year-round. Maybe they have like farmers market kind of things in this area too, a bit more of like the storefront area of the farm. So why don't we actually kind of lean into that a little bit then, and we go back to the farming industry, and then there's a few other buildings that we could kind of place that make it seem a bit more like a storefront, like the workers barracks maybe out this way. The farm maintenance building maybe. No, it's a bit too big. Let's go with the workers barracks. And yeah, we could definitely get this to look like a storefront. Yeah, all right, I could definitely imagine this. We could even go add in like a bit of a district out this way, and then get some local produce areas out this way too. Local produce buildings. So why don't we do that kind of just in here? We could extend this area all the way up into here in case we want to use it as well down the line. But I'll just call this, and we'll get European Suburbia on here just in case. And then if we go into commercial zones, we can get the organic and local produce. Fantastic. And then if we go into the industry, we can get the farming industry. Okay, so if we ever want to do something like that, we can. And then it means that we can go in to find it and get some of these organic and local produce buildings, which are right here, because they have the farm stands and stuff like that. And this is what I was kind of looking for, because we can get some nice farm stands right through there. Down the line here too, we could get a few other kind of buildings. All right, a bit of like a localized farmers market that's not really like specific, like a specific area, but it also has the greenhouse here too. Yeah, that's really nice. Okay, I like this. I like this a lot. All right, so if we were to continue kind of with this, let's add to it, because this is just one farming building. We need much more. And I don't know if it's producing crops because it's not technically in the winter, and it's like a winter themed one, but let's just continue as if things were normal. So we need the small crop fields and stuff like that. That would be useful. But why don't we go with the medium crop fields, because we have the barn on that one. Yeah, this is going to be crops, not animal agriculture. So, yeah, not orchards either. Actually, an orchard could be nice right through here. Okay, should we go orchard or should we go farms? I kind of like the idea of going the orchard route in this area. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, so we have the driveway. Let's turn it into dirt road now. And we'll bring this out to about here. Okay, very good. And then let's maybe think about getting a connection into here, into the farm, though. Very good. All right, and then it gives us kind of a good space to use up Laurel Farms here. And then once we're done Laurel Farms, we'll call it for the day. And then next time we want to do stuff out this way, we'll have some crops and whatnot, so we can lean into that with like the bakery or something like that, or other unique factories. I know I said we are going to get unique factories in, so why don't we actually just complete that theme? So let's just get some more apple orchards in here. So let's grab this one, we'll plop it down right here, and then let's get a smaller one right there. Whoops, no, we don't need the greenhouse, we need apples. Oh, this isn't apples, that's pears. Okay, let's make sure it's apples. All right, and we might need to overlap one row of these trees. Oh, we need to move it here. Yeah, so it fits. That's nice. And then why don't we get the apple tree? So if we just go into here, trees, and we go apple, hopefully we find it. Nice. Okay, and then we can just fill out this area off of what we have already here. All right, yeah, Laurel Farms is looking real nice. Let's just make sure that all the productions is in good rate. So this one, for example, has less units that's being produced, but that's okay. This one's good. All right, sounds good to me. Now we just need to detail this up, and then we will get some unique factories in for that, like relate to crops itself. We could also add in a supporting crop holding facility right beside this. Let's go with the small one for now. We'll plop this down right here and we'll put it on empty. So I'm going to detail this up and I'll talk to you in a second. All right, so here is Prattsburgh. Really fun build. We got the first little farm out this way over here. So we're getting some crops growing, which is really good to see. But then we have a little hotel over here too, which I've managed to get in. I think this looks okay here, but we have some really cool buildings throughout this way. I really like how we incorporated some historical buildings with a bit more modern ones down the main street here. I think the transit works really nice through this area. Oh, I missed some detailing over here. I'll get to that off camera here. But maybe a bit too big over here too. So maybe I think I deleted those, but then they must have just come in again larger than I expected. But yeah, so we got that in place. Let's place down the industry buildings that we need, because look at this, we're running out of money pretty quick here. So we need to actually get these factories going. And in order to do that, we have a few things to place down. So we have the bakery. That's one I definitely want to get in. We also have the fish factory, but we need plastics for that. So the bakery is something that we can do actually not right now. Next episode, we need some animal agriculture and flour. But I don't think there's anything else that we can technically get right away. Actually, we can get the lemonade factory in because we have glass already being made. And we have crops, so why don't we do that? We'll get the apple juice factory because we have apples growing. So we'll get this one in, and I have an idea to get this out over here. We do need a cargo station out this way. I was thinking that this area could be a good little light industry area. Where is the nearest cargo station? That would be over here, I think. Ooh, okay. So if we were to ship the fruit with the cargo station out over here, we need to get the glass from over here. So we should definitely get a cargo station in. This is more for, I'm placing this down now because we really need the money. So I'm just going to plop it down in an area that I think I'm going to build this in. Why don't we plop it down off of this road here? Yeah, this is an arterial road, actually, never mind. But we can get the building constructed out this way. Let's make sure that the topography is okay. Yeah, it's actually pretty good right here. So if we were to flatten it out a little bit. All right, so we have the lemonade factory out this way, and I think this is a good location for it. You definitely see these kind of larger industry buildings out this way. Let's check the building, see what we need to do. We do have an open space right here. Doesn't mean we need to incorporate it. We do have a door right there, okay. And then this is much more open than the rest of the building. So we could close it off pretty easily with just like a fence or something like that, because it doesn't look like there's any doors on these buildings over here. It looks like everything can be accessed. Is this a door? No, it just looks like paneling, okay. So it just looks like we could easily just make sure that everything kind of comes in and out of here. So let's just, I think we can probably just pretty much leave it, but let's get the buildings we need out this way. So we need a warehouse for the glass, and we need a some sort of crop holding building out this way too. So we'll get the large silo, and I think we can probably use this road here. We'll bring it out a little bit more. All right, so I think we're kind of in the middle here, right? So we have, I think we can drive the crops over to here, and I think we can drive the glass over to here. So I think this is a good compromise for now, but we definitely need to focus on getting some more money before we start the campus. So perhaps next episode won't be campus. Perhaps next episode will be continuing the crops so that we can get animal agriculture and flour. So I think that would probably be a good idea. Maybe we continue into Dipsy Doodle next week, and then we'll start the campus the following week or something like that. I think that'll be good. Be good to kind of get things going out this way, because now we're kind of starting to really kind of fill in the waterfront area here. Now I do really want to get back to the downtown area as soon as I can. This was just kind of like a bit of a sidebar to make some cash. So I think this is looking pretty good, folks. I'm rather enjoying this. This build. I think Prattsburgh turned out really nicely. Let's get a nice screenshot here for the thumbnail, and we'll talk next week. Have a good one. Peace out.